Music is fun. Hooray! Okay, I think it's working. Let's check. I think it's working. Yay! Okay, it's working. All right. Hello, everyone. How's it going? I hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. Man, rockin' weekend. Holy crap. Had basically all of my favorite people over and had a raging party at our house. It was so fun. And then now it is back to work. We had a big studio day yesterday, but there was so much going on that it didn't really make sense to stream. But yeah, we had a big studio day, a lot of collabs, wedding photo shoot, and then we shot a music video and made some music. But yeah, so Sean, Spiderhound, my very good friend, is here joining me today. And we're working on some collabs that we started earlier in the week. And yeah, we're just gonna check them out. There's two. There's like this one where we were chopping up this Miles Davis record that's pretty cool. And there's this one which I guess probably gonna be like drone or ambient music or something. It's pretty fun. But yeah, let's check it out. That Million Monks thing really sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. Cool, and then I think going into a down tempo beat, I don't think is the move.
Okay.
Like this is just so dramatic.
So do you think like drum and bass?
Wow, that shit sounds crazy, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to figure out what's making that little hiccup before it drops. Like why it does
I couldn't
that.
figure it out yesterday.
Yeah, why it does that. But yeah, this is cool. I think we just need to kind of like flatten this all down. Oops. I think we just need to flatten this all down because we used a lot of channels to do this sound design. Yeah, there's like this weird gap. But you can see the processor spike there. So it's definitely a processor thing. Is there a lot of effects on these?
They should just be flattened tracks. I
Oh, there we go. The unfiltered audio. That one's a burly one.
Okay.
Yeah, the unfiltered audio stuff is heavy duty on the processor, big time.
Sounds amazing though.
Oh, one of our power conditioners is not on. Is it on now?
Yep, it's lit up.
Okay, cool. Oh, no, the top one. It's not lighting up for some reason.
Oh, the desk one is.
the switch on the top when it comes on? Just flip it and see if it does anything.
The access thing? Or is...
No, on the top one on here. See how there's two power conditioners? Still nothing?
Well, there's a blue light lighting up.
Okay. Alright, I juggled some plugs. I think we're good now.
So both of them are lit blue.
Both of them are lit now? Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna plug the virus back in too. 'Cause that thing sounds so good. It's so fun to use.
Yeah.
Hey doggies. Hi guys, how you doing? Hey Daisy. Oh yes, she always wants to roll over just out of reach. I don't know why you do that. Why you do that, silly? Why you do that? You silly doggy. All right, Daisy. Oh, okay, cool.
Is it gone?
I'll flatten this and see if that does it. It's still something. There's some kind of an effect or something that's coming on here that's causing.
It's still spiking with the CPU.
Yeah. Might be that atmosphere. I'll turn that off entirely. What is doing that? Oh, probably all this.
They're just stock.
Yeah, this is stock, but that's a lot of stuff going on.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's like generating so many MIDI notes. That's probably what it is.
Remember we froze it yesterday and it didn't affect the latency? Oh, you flattened it. Okay. There we go.
That's what it
thank
was.
God.
Yeah, so let it be known, you can totally max your shit with the Ableton sampler. Okay, cool. All right, let's listen to that from the beginning again.
Yeah.
How's it going, Jocelyn?
Hey, Jocelyn. Kind of sounds like a heartbeat or...
Yeah, it almost makes it transient when everything stops like that.
Yeah.
Singing garbage can.
You got the garbage frequency. It was driving me nuts yesterday.
Okay, cool. I'm really happy with that like Sound of a Million Monks sound. So I'm gonna just group all of that because that is a lot of channels.
Yeah.
Let's get that pre-transient thing up here. So that should kind of be separate. And I'm just gonna group all these and flatten them because there's so many channels.
I did something different to each one of the layers.
Great. Yeah, we had Gala, our friend. Alex, we had that sampler was set to best interpolation with 32 voices with like probably 100 MIDI notes going into it or something. So that's why it was so crazy. So we were using it in an abnormal way, which is why the sampler. But yeah, our friend Gala from Bad Uncle Sista did some vocals for us, and we processed and processed and processed until we got the sound of a million monks, which is what we wanted. clipped it a little. Let's do that again. That is a great sound.
Yeah. It's huge. And I love the little shining orchestration you hear, like, as a layer.
Yeah. Coming in at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. Hey, what up, Detox? Cool. Okay, so now we can delete that channel because that'll cut down our track count by like 20.
Maybe save a new session.
Yeah, I'll save a new version. Okay, cool. All right, so we had a bunch of other cool material out here.
Yeah, like all those chops.
Yeah, all those chops and stuff, but having this be so long is, well, here, let's see what this is all about.
That's the drum and bass
Yeah,
part.
I think this drum and bass part was cool. Whoa. Those are pretty cool parts. And then this was... Yeah, this is our friend Throat singing.
That's the raw vocal.
It's so crazy that people can do that with their voices.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Big up. Yeah, that's a cool vocal recording. Okay, cool. Now what do we got here? Oh, these are amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Field recordings of various percussion.
Wow, that's really cool too. Okay, well, all that material is definitely cool, but having it all in the session is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just take the drum bass channel and exempt it from all of this. Oh wait. Yeah, here, let's take this section, copy it. Okay, so now we have that. And then basically I think I'm gonna go delete all the stuff that goes after about here. Cause there's like...
What are you thinking of total duration on the track? Like a 4-minute thing or like a something?
I don't know. I think we should just try and like make this kind of like soupy sea of sound.
Yeah.
And really kind of like get a vibe going with that, and then just basically see where that's going. Hey, what's up, Eric? What's up, Danny? Oh,
Get a vibe going.
okay. But yeah, I think I think getting this wavy thing to happen is good, and then I really like the way this instrument is sounding. This like we made like a meta instrument here. So we had some like random selecting happening. yeah, that was all pretty cool. This is just awesome. I can't get enough of this.
Yes.
Like that just sounds great. That's a really good thing. This thing is really good. These waves are cool, but I kind of feel like let's take these chords and steal the notes out of these chords. Because these are kind of like our main chords.
Yeah.
So let's see if it does that cleanly. It might not. Yeah, that's the notes. It never does it that accurately, but it's good
saves
enough.
a lot of time.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then let's see how accurate. Yeah, that seems accurate. Oh wow, it's still in that 1/4 time signature. I don't know how that happens. But that's all good. We'll figure it out. Yeah, those are just great chords.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really dig those chords. So I think we could do something with those chords. And then I really like this thing. I think it's really doing it for me, and I like the way it never quite repeats, because it's like you know, it's got that randomness to it. So here I'll say chord chops for that. And then there was that other melody that Gala was singing, that ba-na-na-na.
Yeah.
That I think will be good to have that kind of come in here and there. So, okay, so I think basically when it comes back into this, this drum beat is too much of like a dance beat, you know? Like I feel a lot more meditative about this song. And then how long is that? That's like pretty long. That's 1.5 minutes. So we're looking at probably like, that should probably be the length of the song, like 2.5, 3 minutes. So then, okay, here, I think I'm gonna have to hand off Daisy here.
Yeah, yeah.
Daisy, I love ya. You're a great doggy, but it's hard to use the computer sometimes. Ah, there you go.
Hey, Daisy.
All right. Yeah, Sean did most of the driving yesterday because we were doing this music video shoot and a bunch of other stuff. It's very cool. And yeah, so then today is a new day. Okay, so yeah, and we were trying to make this sound like modern, you know. And one thing that sounds very modern and is a staple of modernist composers is what's called a non-teleological approach. And that is basically making the music sound and feel less goal-oriented. A lot of Western music, especially the way that the chords and everything are described, it's like everything is leading to somewhere else, and like there's a specific like home chord and all this kind of stuff. And when you listen to like Steve Reich or other you know, like Philip Glass or other kind of modernist composers, they are champions of the non-teleological approach, which is like not so goal-oriented. I mean, in terms of like making this into something that can making it into something that's non-teleological. I'd really like to have something that's just kind of like anchoring you in the whoa, there's something on the ground here. What's that? Oh, it's a ball of tape. Anchoring you kind of in the moment and making it clear that we're not really going anywhere specific with this, and that it's kind of just like a meditative zone. The obvious thing to do would be Alan Watts samples, and I know for a fact that the family do not mind you sampling him. No one really is upset by sampling Alan Watts, but that's kind of the low-hanging fruit. But it would work, and it would definitely get the point across, and it would be the simplest solution. So that's a thought. Let's get rid of some of these omnispheres too. We got a lot of flotsam and jetsam around this project from doing tons of sound design. It's a bit better. Okay. So I kind of think this sound like, I bet you that sound would sound really good. Like with a scratch rack. And then I also want to try that trick where we give it a sub with maths. Let's see if we can get that to function cleanly first. So that's coming in there. There. Let's go to there. I think there's too much kind of detuning happening for that to function cleanly. So I might just make a new one. And we know that's an E, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure we're getting E out of this. Oh, no, it should be number 2. Yeah, because that's the thing with the analog synths is they drift. Maybe it's a B.
Sounds a little low, yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happens when we do the B. Okay, so Moog sub B. Oh, I'm just gonna record it. It's sometimes flattening a third-party instrument is more trouble than it's worth, and you should just record it like this. yeah, I gotta disable drop box for now. Well, that's a nice long B. Okay, so I'll probably take that to like minus. Yeah, there we go. Hey, here's a fun fact for you. Most orchestras have someone hiding off stage playing Moog subs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, because you can't really hit those low notes on a acoustic instrument. Okay, there we go. Let's get that a bit more even in volume. And freeze that. Okay, so that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think maybe I might group these two together. Because I'm curious what happens. What just happened? That's not what I wanted. There we go. I want to do that again. There we go. Okay, I think I'm going to sample that again. And so, monks with sub. Sounds like a band. Alright. Nick, I would say analog synths are kind of a bit of a wormhole, and it's a very, very expensive habit, and it kind of like, there's never enough, you know? So it's a can of worms. If you want to get an analog synth just to get your hands dirty and see what it's like, I really like my Roland SE02. It's essentially a mini Moog for like $300, and you know it can do a lot of cool stuff. And it gives you 3 analog oscillators and a noise source and a bunch of other things. And they're really small and nice. So I really dig my SE02. But I don't want to tell you to get into analog because it's very, very expensive and it's not really necessary. Like the way I see it, gear is like sex toys, you know? You don't need sex toys to have sex, but if you're into sex toys, they might be fun for you, and you can spend all of your money on them. Okay, so I want to see what happens if we give this a pitch bend. I think this might sound really cool. I have a sneaky suspicion that if we do that, coupled with the good old modulate the transpose trick, that potentially this will yield a cool risery thing. especially against the original.
Yep. Nice.
Oh, that's unsettling.
It's taken off.
That is unsettling. Okay, cool. So that's interesting. However, it definitely undermines our non-teleological approach here. But that's not to say that it's not a good idea. I think it sounds great. Okay, I kind of want it to be a longer riser. So I'm going to give it the old looperoonie. Go find a spot about there, I would say, where the volume level has stabilized, and then put some crossfade on it.
Nice.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I think it kind of takes it, so what is that? 2, 4, 6. How long is that? That's like, in the range window, that's like what? 30 seconds of that. Yeah, that's a lot of that. But it definitely sounds good. So I'm not going to hate on that. And this portion of this stuff with these risers and things will probably be good here. Okay, cool. So that sounds pretty interesting. Sonically, I find that satisfying. So I'm gonna kind of keep working with that. Let's insert some silence there. Okay, so I'm getting too much sub out of this noise thing.
Yeah. Could use a high pass. And then that organ is just like a stock Ableton organ.
Yeah, I would recommend, if you're going analog, go Moog or something that sounds like a Moog. The Dave Smith stuff, if you're gonna go Dave Smith, get the OB6. The Rev 2 is pretty good. I fucked with the Prophet X too, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so I kind of feel like that comes a little bit out of nowhere, the way that whole thing goes down. These reverses are a little loud. So maybe if we had something on the master where it sounds kind of like it's breaking apart a little bit, you know, and it makes, but, I mean, this is pretty cool. I think, Yeah, okay, so we got this nice stable thing here. I almost think we should just start with that instead of starting with the waves.
Yeah, gets to the point quicker.
Then we can get right into this. Yeah, probably cut time there. Get all these little pre-transient guys over. Oh, I got a collab. I'm gonna go with Bill Bless. He was over here the other day.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. I'm so pumped. Yeah, I couldn't live stream because he's like Mr. Antisocial, like never promotes himself or goes on, does anything in public.
Can you share?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a sketch, but I'm like, like, you know, 20-year-old me who is like,
Yeah.
Bill Bless was one of my main influences. 20-year-old me is like freaking out, you know? Okay, so I think we need something that leads into this a little bit more. And then I really do, you know, I think an Alan Watts sample is probably going to be just what the doctor ordered, as much as it's like a cheap trick or whatever, and it's like super the obvious thing to do. I think an Alan Watts sample is really gonna be good. Let's see what's in here, because some of these percussion sounds. And then where was Gallagher had that other one where the guy was chanting like auctioneer speed? Do we have that in the project?
In the Dropbox?
Yeah, because I think the vocals are really gonna help. Let's check current.
Yeah, check it because it's not in the session.
That fuck, some of these are so nice. Oh yeah, we got our pipe drums. We gotta get those pipe drums in there.
Yeah, those sounded amazing.
Yeah, that one's clipped a little, but it's so crazy that came out of Gala's mouth.
I know.
It's wild. God, she's good, man.
She is.
Yeah, you should check out Gala's music, by the way. Gala is one of my very dear friends and is a just consummate artist. But check out Goyopod, is Gala's alias when she was, she retweeted more tea. But yeah, Goyopod is, like, these songs, like, people are sleeping on this shit big time. Like, these songs are just incredible. And then also Bad Uncle Sista. Bad Uncle Sista is Stas, who's she's a dancer, and she's in our music video that we made yesterday. And like, this album is like insane. Like, it's insane. But yeah, I did a remix for it, Fragile Flesh. But they're like a total like secret. Like, nobody knows about this group, and they make the most like cinematic and just like incredibly like lush, rich music, and nobody knows about them. You'll occasionally see them at like a festival near San Francisco. Oh, actually, didgeridoo is a good idea, Eric. Hey, Eric, do you want to make us some didgeridoo samples? I know you got that wicked sliding didgeridoo. Do you want to send us some samples? I'll happily give them a shot. But yeah, Eric Sir, aka Loki Motive, really, really talented. We were at this festival in he was at Los Angeles, but he was also at this festival in Montana that Nintendo hooked me up with the gig at. It was the sickest festival. It was like I think they just like, it was one of those things where they like grow weed there, so they don't care if they make money or whatever. Yeah. And basically everyone who was at the festival was like some kind of high level artist. Yeah. And it was basically like a giant house party at a private festival grounds. And there was like, we were like sitting on couches listening to a PK. Oh, nice. And yeah, and then we were partying, and I was in quite the surreal place. And Eric busts out his like snap together didgeridoo and just like sent us all on this crazy trip. It was so cool. But yeah, Eric, you got my email, right? It's mgmt@illgates.com. It's in B. Yeah, Harvest Fusion Festival is a festival. So yeah, we're in the key of B, but don't worry about it. Just give me samples of your didgeridoo and I'll tune them afterwards. But the note we're looking for is a B. Yeah, and then this track's gonna be kind of like pretty ambient styles. Yeah, I'm surprised I wasn't following Bad Uncle System. Yeah, but they're so great. And like Stas is a legend, man. She's like one of the most incredibly like real deal artists ever. But yeah, check the shit out. I don't want to play it on the stream or it'll get the stream pulled. But check out their music. Like that First Breath, Last Breath album is insane. Like this album in 2012 is just so crazy. Like it's really, really legit music. And they make it all themselves. They like play all the instruments. And Goyopod, who is now Gala, but back when she was Goyo, produced and engineered the whole thing. But they work with like they should be scoring like the next Baraka. Yeah. Like their music is crazy. Like it's so good. But yeah, check this out. So this was a collab with them. And they were over yesterday. It's so inspiring being around artists that are like that real. Yeah. You know, because like so many like a lot of the time as a musician, I hang out with artists who are successful. You know, and like being successful and being like a real legit artist are often opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah. You know, and I admittedly make a great deal of concessions with my art to be able to like provide a show for people, to be able to, because like when you're essentially, when you're an artist, you're essentially selling people a feeling, you know? Yeah. And people don't buy things because they're like rationally a good choice or it's like logical. People buy things because of the way it makes them feel. And because they see themselves in whatever it is that they're buying. You know, because long ago, you know, we ended up in a situation where rich people could afford nice things that poor people couldn't afford. Yeah. But you can't buy taste. So, you know, the counterculture would rebel and be like, hey, you might have all the money, but you don't know what love is. Yeah. You don't know what, you know, you can't buy love, you can't buy happiness, you can't buy good taste, you can't buy style. Yeah. You know, fashion is for people who don't have style. You know, you can buy fashion, but you can't buy style. You know, and it was like, you know, a kind of counterculture thing, because it used to be only rich people could have art, only rich people could have, you know, like if you were like eating and listening to music in like the 1500s, like you had a fucking band in your house. Yeah. You know, and you know, really like people buy themselves and they buy what they want to feel. And, you know, for those of us that are offering a more challenging emotional journey and a more challenging emotional state, it's often hard to you know, it's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? And it's often a challenge to get people to connect with what's good for them. It's like eating healthy.
Yeah.
You know, like you can serve people up this plate of delicious, organic, healthy food, but half the time they're going to be like, what the fuck's this? I want McDonald's. You know?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with music. And like a lot of people confuse being a successful artist with being a like legit creator.
Yeah.
You know, and they're very different things.
Yeah.
You know, they're very different things. And Bad Uncle Sista are like, they're the like organic free range. Like Gala was telling us this story about this guy that they know who's a percussionist who forges his own fucking drums and makes the metal himself and built a tuned percussion kit that he plays the entire every single square pusher tune he could play on drums he made himself with the metal himself. And then of course nobody listens to his fucking music.
Yeah.
You know, and of course he's struggling in obscurity, but that's like so legit. But it's like you ever see that thing about the guy who's like, at first I thought using samples was cheating, so I learned to make, or loops was cheating, so I learned to make my own loops. And then I thought using synths was cheating, so I learned to make my own synthesizers. And then I thought making drum samples was cheating, so I learned to make my own drums. And I thought buying store-bought skins was cheating, so I started to farm my own goats to make the skins. And now I don't finish a whole lot of music, what with the goat farming and all. You know, it's just like one of the best quotes. But he is like that guy for real. Like he is literally that guy. And yeah, so I mean, you know, it's definitely.
Well, so there was a good conversation in the dojo last week or 2 weeks ago. People were, you know, asking questions about, you know, is it artistically sound to use samples and presets and stuff like that? And I basically shot back with, if you think about it, if like you really think about it, the piano has been used to make the best music of all time.
Yeah.
Right? And if you really think about it, the piano is a preset.
It is a preset.
Right?
The 12-tone scale is a preset.
Yeah. So if you just put that into perspective of samples and presets, they're just tools to make awesome sounding music. So like get over the, you know, the insecurity that like, oh, it's not artistic to use samples or presets, and just make awesome music. And then a lot of people were thankful, like they, you know, gave thumbs up and said, you know, thanks for putting it that way.
Yeah, it helps to put it that way. And I mean, I think so much of like what it is to teach someone to be a musician is just breaking through those walls of fear and vanity and ego and self-doubt. And people are like, oh, who am I to do this? And it's like, you're no more or less qualified than anyone else. You know, like if you have a taste, you have something to say, you have emotions to share them by any means necessary.
And everyone's unique. There's only one you in the world. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is making music like this is a really nice break from making like such rule-based music as, you know, producing like dance music especially. There's so many rules and there's so many ways to do it wrong and stuff. You know, yeah, Scott's like, yeah, the sample destruction on the Facebook group was gold. Wish it could get pinned. Yeah, it sucks that you can only have one pinned thing on the Facebook group. I'm trying to use the forums like on the dojo site more often because we have like more control over those and everything. But it's just like there's the Discord, there's the Facebook group, like there's so much communication going on in all these different places that it sometimes is a bit hard to keep track of. Oh, it's Lauren. Good old Lauren. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get those chanting samples from Gala.
Do you think so? It wasn't on the.
No, it wasn't in there.
Bummer. Because those were insane. Those reminded me of the Cthulhu.
Yeah. People thought the Cthulhu guy was an auctioneer. They're like, what's that track with the auctioneer sample? Because of the monk chanting? Yeah. Oh man, I feel so energized by the last couple days, man.
Yeah.
Like having all of my favorite people over at my house. Like we were playing music so loud there was legit people with earplugs, like multiple people with earplugs in our fucking living room.
Yeah.
It was, and it was, you had every reason to have earplugs. Like that shit was loud.
It was.
Sean played his first DJ set too. He killed it. He killed it. It was fantastic.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, that was really great. That was really, really great. Okay, so I think doing some kind of a build up here into this moment, and then maybe like a little stall or something into a drop here. It will undermine our non-teleological approach, but that I think I'm okay with that. I really like these. I really like this. Like that drum beat sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And it goes well with the other stuff. Oops. Yeah. I'm so I think it's really, really cool that Lexi got a Hyro vocal too.
Yeah.
Cause she's been working so hard, and I think it's like, I mean, I am a little bit concerned that like with all the homophobia in the rap community that like, I don't know, hopefully, I mean the hieroglyphics crew, they're Bay Area, they're all pretty open-minded and stuff, but it might be a bit weird when like the rap world finds out that there's a trans producer in the mix, you know? But there's like long been a rumor that one of the members of Wu-Tang is gay. Like
Yeah.
it's been kind of like a open secret. Oh shit, that's probably Charlie. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back a bit. Charlie from Dirty Phonics is over, so I gotta go show him some stuff. I'll see you all in a bit.